Funny, drugged comments. According to Reddit, in the interest of clarity, the question being asked here is to people putting people under for surgeries. You get it. So number 13. What? 35. When I was about to go out for surgery, they were strapping me down and told me that it was so that I don't fall off the table. My last words were, "It's okay. 5-second rule." Get it? You get it. Boy, I just woke up. I narrowly missed the window to do this list. But guess what? I freaking made it. Let me give that like a little refresh so that it pops up better. Okay. So hello to Otaku, Linda, Lilium, Leslie, Simply. And Simply says his dad is an anesthesiologist. Anesthesiologist is how that must be pronounced. So yes, that's essentially what this list is going to be about. People who are being put under anesthesia and the things that they have to say. I was surprised to scroll so far down this list and see that so many were still upvoted. We got a lot of high comments with really low entries. Low like my voice, baby. Having just woken up, I'm hitting them tones. Oh, damn. Okay, that's enough, stupid. Sorry. Number 34. After getting my wisdom teeth removed, I looked at my mother-in-law and said, "How did you get on my rocket ship?" Yeah, bitch, you ain't got the credentials to be on this man rocket ship. Camera in there. Somebody said after getting their wisdom teeth removed, they woke up babbling about pink Cadillacs. It's better than people, talking about getting stabbed all day in the Discord. When you wake up and you don't even have time to properly glance at a phone, you just assume, everybody's having a good time in the Discord. Number 33. My brother when he came out of surgery, after being on heavy sedation, wanted to draw a picture because Yo Gabba Gabba was on, and they were drawing pictures. Man, Yo Gabba Gabba is fucking hype, boy. That is a wild show. Yo Gabba Gabba. I gave him a pen and a paper, and after 5 minutes I asked, "What did you want to draw?" He smiles, holds up a picture, and it's a bottle of mustard. He was 17 years old at the time. Well, hats off to him, man, Cyael said, taking off his glasses to clean each lens at a time. I'm not a guy who considers myself very much into mustard. More of a ketchup man myself. And I don't usually have a lot of ketchup on things. I'm more of a barbecue man myself. And I don't usually have a lot of barbecue on things. I'm more of a honey mustard man myself. So for a guy to just pick up and decide he's going to draw a bottle of mustard, man, it's almost as if he's doing that to subvert your expectations. Hey bro, a man says to another man, "Do you have any condiments?" And the guy says, "Sure, what would you like?" "Mustard." And you go, "Ugh. Ugh. Ugh." Mr. E-Gamer says, "Cyael, when I was getting my teeth pulled, my dad asked me how I was doing. As I was waking up, according to him, I replied, 'Oh, I've never felt better in my life.' I was a huge Three Stooges fan. At the Tim. Or T the Tim. Bitch, that may be my new catchphrase. T the Tim. Aw, damn. T the Tim and R the Randy." I'm sorry. Number 32. Not an anesthesiologist, but when my stepdad was going under for a surgery, he was almost out, but at the sweet point that the doctor told my mom she could ask him anything. Sorry. He was at a point where the doctor told him that the mom could ask him anything, and he wouldn't be able to help but answer truthfully. She asked, "Do you love me?" And my stepdad replied, "You need to go on and get your little Yoda shoes." I'm pretty sure Yoda doesn't even wear shoes. Of course the woman goes, "Do you love me?" And then he goes, "You need to get on and get your little Yoda shoes." Yoda shoes, good. Yoda eats the shoes. Dia hasn't been awake all day, but of course she's whipped her phone out. What? Dia, go get us food, and then I'll believe in you. Look at them huge things, Dia. What the fuck? They're as big as her head, dude. They're anime boobs. I mean, how did you sleep, darling? You won't remember any of this. It doesn't matter.
I'm not you.
You know what I'm talking about anyway. So we continue up this list, and I say things because I'm drugged, because I might as well be. That's how I am when I wake up. My wife couldn't take me for my first colonoscopy due to work, so my mother did, and apparently, coming out of anesthesia when they were removing my IV, I told the nurse, "Oh, that's neat. I've taken a lot of those out, but I've never had it done to me, and my patients are always dead." Oh my God. Apparently, she looked very concerned by this information, and my mother had to explain that I've been a licensed funeral director for many years, and hospitals and other facilities often do not remove the tubing. That's disgusting. Apparently, I then followed that up by telling the young nurse that she had a nice butt, but not as nice as my wife's. Aww. My mother felt free to share that with everyone. So yeah, I creeped out a nurse by talking about my occupation, and then even more by commenting on her butt in a backhanded compliment. Well, it's better than backhanding her butt. And ladies, you don't want butt compliments? I get that there's a time and a place for everything, but if it's a nice butt, it's a nice butt. You don't want to hear it? Trust me, you'll reach an age.
Backhanded compliment.
It was better than backhanding a butt. You want me to backhand that tit?
Look. Sure, people wouldn't mind getting complimented their butt, but then for him to follow it up with, "But my wife's butt is nicer than yours."
To be honest, and listen, I like to think that I speak from experience. It makes it less creepy. If I'm creeping on a bitch and I say something like, "Yeah, girl, you got some nice titties," you know? But then I go, "Not as nice as my girlfriend's though." Well, at least you know that I'm not like after you. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like you should be a little less creeped out. Still creeped out, but just less creeped out. "Hey girl, you got a nice butt." And your creep meter's like at a 9. You're like, ugh. But then I go, "Not as nice as my wife's ass." And then you're like maybe you're at an 8. Because you're like, "Oh, well, I mean, if he's talking about his woman, he can't be like after me. Surely that wouldn't be. Maybe that's part of my game to mention my woman and then go straight into it. So we doing this or what? Doing what? Playing some skee ball." No, we play. What's the name of that game with the hockey, but it hovers? Air hockey. We playing this air hockey. "Would you like some condiments?" she asks, and I say, "Yeah, as long as it ain't mustard. I'm more of a ketchup man myself." And she goes, "Ketchup?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm more of a barbecue sauce man myself." And she goes, "Barbecue sauce?" And I go, "Nah, I'm more of a honey mustard man." Bing bong. What am I looking for here? Oh, of course, Ria's favorite sound effect. Let's continue this list. I'm gonna need that in a separate window. Okay, thanks. Just cue that up so whenever it's time, we can get right to it. Cody Carlson said, "Heinz 57. Psh, man, y'all gonna need to be minds in your own business in the chat. That does not work." As we continue up this list. Number 30. I went under for a nasal canal surgery. And apparently, after the surgery, I was holding the nurse's hand and repeating, "I love you, don't leave me," over and over. Oh my God, did you guys get married? Somebody says, reminds me of that one video where a girl is under anesthesia and proposes to the male nurse. Amazing. The funny thing is, I would imagine being under, heavy sedation is a lot of people's first experience with certain types of drugs. So it must be like genuinely euphoric for some people. Forgive me, man. Maybe waking up and jumping straight into a list wasn't a good idea, but it was either this or you get no list. You know, should have been painting a room today. I'll have to figure it out soon. Number 29. I'm not an anesthesiologist pertinent to this story, but when I was severely dislocated and broke my knee, I apparently gave one of the doctors that was just finishing and resetting my leg a huge slap on the back and yelled, "It's fixed! You guys are the best doctors I've ever seen, giving a 5-star review." Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Wife said that the nurses were cracking up. I'm a pretty big guy, and the doctor I gave the friendly pat on the back was a relatively small dude. Okay. Somebody said, when I had a cavity filled a few years ago, I vaguely remember hugging one of the doctors after waking up. As an added bonus, I apologized to my parents because I didn't think I could drive. I was too young to drive at the time. Well, that's hilarious. Mom, Dad, you guys, you're going to have to drive, man. I mean, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can pay this mortgage. Number 28. I was given a relaxer prior to a colonoscopy. There's a lot of these. And was rolled into the room. The doctor asked me what I had done that weekend, and I said I went to the state fair. "Oh," she says, "eat anything interesting?" And I said, "Why don't you tell me?" No laughter whatsoever in the room. And then I was out. I swear she gave an extra shove because I half woke up during the procedure and remembered groaning. For people who don't know what a colonoscopy is, you're getting some backhanded exploration going on down there, if you know what I'm talking about. So him making the comment, "Why don't you tell me what I ate?" is disgusting. And I like the idea that like they're shoving their hand back there to the point where the guy's like, that's what I imagine a good groan's like. Voice actor ready for your project, bro. Yeah, get me involved. None of you are making video games? What in the world? What in the world, guys? Make a video game, come on. Jeez. What are you doing with your days? What did you do today? All of you answer that question right now. What did you do? Was it just another mustard day for all of you? I can't believe it. Number 27. Happened today. Patient has a broken ankle fixed and was coming out of anesthesia when he was being wheeled out. The anesthesiologist accidentally hit the door frame on the way out. The patient said, "Did you just do surgery on my leg?" And the anesthesiologist says, "Yes, you had surgery and you are waking up from it." The patient says, "Then why are you running into things?" Blueberry says they got yelled at work. Whatever for? What's wrong with you? Whatever for? Sorry. Whatever for? Cody Carlson says I got banned from your Discord for telling a story. Cody Carlson. What was the story about? I can't imagine why. Danica says I napped all day and pruned 3 of my plants. Leslie Ann says that they were sleeping. Mr. E. Gamer says, I worked on my Infinity Gauntlet. I put it in the Discord under Look What I Made. Why make an Infinity Gauntlet? They sell those. Sell it. I mean, buy one of the ones they sell and then polish it so that it looks like real metal. Or maybe even like just use it as a frame for something gangster. And look at Michael Davis out here talking, whatever for you assholes. Cody Carlson says, getting robbed at knife point. You got banned for a story about getting robbed at knife point? Why? Come on. Was it TIFU in nature? Today I got stabbed at. Today I fucked up by getting robbed at knife point. I was borrowing my sister's dildo.
I went to work.
Well, damn, Jade, you're so amazing. I appreciate this. You're so hardcore. Look, you're like halfway to that goal that I set up because I didn't think anything was gonna happen. That's rude. You're almost single-handedly obliterating goals in here, Jade. I hope that you had a productive day at work, and that more importantly, you're relaxing in a way that will make it all worth it. You know, you deserve nothing less. Momster says, I worked and we went to the park. Well, that's better than getting sucked up into a tornado, which is what, you know, I was being told you have to watch out for, you know. Hey, look, there's a bouncy gif coming from, it's kind of like double boobage on the screen now. Who's the damn stream boss? Are we sure it's not Nikita? Let's see.
Oi.
Thank you for the lemon, great God. Boss.
Oi.
Refresh. It's Jade. Jade, you're the new stream boss. Tell me what the new gift should be. Damn, you must be like the fresh stream boss because your health is completely, so give it up to Jade. The stream queen, okay? The stream. Okay, well, honestly, Great God seems to be, I mean, you could have just gotten a damn ice cream for whatever amount of lemons you've dumped over there, buddy. You son of a gray god. Thank you for those lemons. Let's continue up this list of funny, drugged comments according to Reddit balls. Wait, I didn't finish what everybody was doing in their day. I kind of want to do that. Give me a second. Galactic Platypus says, I just slept. Wait. Oh man, it went down too fast. Damn, it went down wicked fast. I'm sorry. I've lost it. No, he says I got a black eye. Playing air hockey with my older sister. That seems like ages ago. I worked more on my Infinity Gauntlet. What does it say? Okay, next I Robin goal point. Dude, it just keeps skipping down to the bottom if I scroll down or backwards too far. And that sucks, but it's the truth. Well, if you were rude to the mods, you kind of brought it on yourself, didn't you? Who the hell? Dave's not here, man. No, that's a name. Oh, Jade says she's still at work. Damn, I can't find that message by Galactic anymore. What is Cody saying? He says, well, I was rude to the mods. Oh, Cody was the one rude to the mods. Well, I don't know, man. You assholes are out here playing with fire and then you get burned and then you're Pikachu facing. Like, don't be a bitch.
Galactic just said he slept for most of the day.
Okay, Galactic said he slept for most of the day because I couldn't find that comment, so I appreciate it. And I hope that you got a rejuvenative sleep and that you don't wake up feeling, despair or existential over the fact that you've wasted a day and that you should have done something, blah, blah, blah. Hopefully you just have the drive to jump up and do whatever the hell that you could have done and then feel like you got something done. So there's that. Oh, and as it pertains to Cody, I mean, yeah, man, if you told a story, whatever. But then if you were weird to people or disrespectful to people, especially people wielding a damn hammer in there, what do you want me to do about it? I'm sorry you got stabbed or almost got stabbed. It's an interesting story about you almost getting stabbed. Did you file a police report? These things are not something to fuck around with. If you let somebody try to stab you and then let them get away with it, they'll know that you a bitch. They'll mark you in their brain as somebody that they can get away with that kind of shit with. Number 26. Whew, I am not an anesthesiologist, but as a 13-year-old tonsillectomy patient, the 1 ounce cocktail that I drank prior to Anesthesiology? Is that how that's spelled? I don't think it's Anna. Yeah, it's Anne. Anesthesiology. Great God, you're serious with this? Great God, serious with this? It's 38 lemons. Dude. Dude. What's the point of any of this? What's the point of any of this? You know what? Nasi Droll actually stunted on your ass with that Ninjagini just now. So he's destroyed you. And now he sits atop you. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Man, Fortnite over here updating bullshit. I'm gonna end up having to get something. This is so silly. I apologize because I want to turn it off, but I don't want to invalidate Nasi Droll's Ninjagini. I may have to make an exception. Rail Fanning says long time no see. Or no hear in this instance, I suppose. But it is a video that you could be watching. So it's nice to see you, Rail Fanning. But I feel like my brain has put an asterisk next to your name. Were you a troll from back in the day? I mean, I don't think you'd be able to breathe if you were a troll. Meaning, figuratively, be able to actually speak within the stream chat. But, I mean, your username looks new as hell. You know what I'm talking about? So you could have just made a new one. Whatever. So, hey Talia, hey Blueberry, hey Galactic. You know, I'm this close to just turning it off, man. This is why we can't have nice things, but I mean, you know what I'll do? I'll just make it so that only the ice cream notifies. Or that the lemon doesn't have a noise. How many times has it gone off so far? Man, this is so silly. I don't know. Real Fanning said, I got over that bullshit. Got over what? Being banned? Were you really banned? Yeah, you're supposed to say stuff like that. It's a good thing Stripes isn't here. She loves it. Oh my God. Look, Nasi Droll, you're taking one for the team. We know that you are the one who, you know, we know that you're the chosen one. And we'll go from, what the hell? How did that make noise? I just heard a noise even though, what the hell? Yo, does it still make noise even though I invalidate the Bing Bong? Let me try this. Shut down source when not visible. So I'm going to do this. Watch me. Okay, there's no more. There's no more. That's it. That's it. We are nearly held hostage. Rail Fanning says, I wasn't banned. I sent you M&Ms a while ago. When? What? That must have been years ago. That must have been years ago. I remember receiving M&Ms as like a wish list gift. Literally 2016. Years ago. But does it feel like a while ago? Real Fanning? Double McZombie is mad as hell now. He's on the warpath of sorts. He'll kill all of the people on his track because of Grey God and his lemon attack. Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue up this list. Remember when we were reading this? Number 26. I am not an anesthesiologist, but as a 13-year-old tonsillectomy patient, the 1-ounce cocktail that I drank prior to being put under, because this is spelled wrong and that's why it threw my ass for a loop, didn't quite knock me out. A few surgical residents wheeled me into the theater before the surgeon/anesthesiologist arrived. One said to the other, his eyes just opened. What do we do? Another chimed in, talk to him. The third, not sure what to say, opened the kit and said, here's the blade we'll be making the incision with. Oh boy. Oh boy. I have an idea. But it won't work because nothing works when D Live is live. Ironically. If I can get around it via Tiny Labs, we'll be able to set it up. But it'll need to bend to my will and do as I say. A follower goal, a chat overlay. What if I'm just looking for alerts? Can you help me? Hell yeah. Now we're talking. Save changes. Now, how would I save it over here? I'd probably just refresh the source. And I suppose the only way to know is if next time there's a donation, it doesn't make the noise. Number 25. My fiance and I had broken up within the last week, and I was dealing with that horribly. I was on pain medication for my shoulder and was scheduled for surgery. Oh, Jade, honey, I appreciate that. You know, kind of makes up for the tragedy, for the brutality that is that lemon attack, you know. Everything was fine within this nation until the lemon nation attacked. Okay.
The Sour Patch Kids attacked.
The Sour Patch Kids. I nearly posted a video on my Snapchat story about how Dia opened a bag of something of like little sour candies, and if you can imagine like a person ripping, like imagine just like a bag, right? Like like a bag of chips or something, but it's a bag of Sour Patch shit. And instead of the person just like kind of like pulling at the sides of the top so that it opens uniformly and neatly, they like grabbed the top and then split down the middle. I feel like you guys are gonna need like a visual aid here, so I'm going to go ahead and describe it for you. You draw online painter. Look, I've got my mouse, so this ain't gonna work well. Okay, but what I want you to imagine is a bag of chips, or a bag of anything. When you open it like this at the top, so that the whole bag opens properly, that's what you'd have. You'd have like a hole at the top so that you can open it, right? I'm going to draw the bag, and I'm going to show you how Dia opened this motherfucker, okay? So, you know how you might like
There was a little thing in the middle.
okay, you know how you might just like split a bag down the middle at the top? Okay? Right. That's not what Dia did, dude. She split the bag like this, okay? And then here's the bizarre part. It was still connected at the top. So if you could imagine like a seam, no, it won't let me do that. It won't let me do that. Pen's not fine enough. Imagine just like a split on two sides at the top of the bag. And when I took this shit from her, it was impossible to really describe to anyone just what was wrong with this bag without seeming like a psychopath, because who cares? Just open the bag another way. But if you could have seen the bag, all right? If you could have seen the bag. Who deleted his message? I wanted to see the message. Who deleted the message? Wait, I want.
Know what it said?
What'd it say?
get a single warning on Discord, just insta-ban. I'm done talking about it, though. He's the only one bringing it up.
Double McZombie says I'm on my break at work. Haha, open the stream and it's just like, I'm sorry. It's not my fault though, you know. Linda Love says simply ignore Prelude's rudeness. Sometimes he can't help but be an ass. What is Prelude doing? Look, you guys are making the chat impossible for me to read. But if anybody needs to get my attention, be sure to say my name and I'll be right over there. I'll be right over there. Let's address this. My fiance and I had broken up within the last week and I was dealing with that horribly. I was on pain medication for my shoulder and scheduled for surgery in the next week. The day of the surgery, I was to get a nerve block and the anesthesiologist was the one to perform the nerve block. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. He and I start chit-chatting. And he was just a really comforting. What's wrong with you? He was a really he's a really comforting person. Yeah, words. He was telling me about everything that he was going to do on our surgery. Then we were just chit-chatting about life when the topic of a breakup came up. He was even comforting with that. So after that, I was wheeled into the surgery. He was there to put me under, which for some reason put me at great ease. As I was going under, I guess I started talking through the mask, and he lifted the mask to hear what I was trying to say when I boldly stated, "I still love you," and then fiance's name, while holding direct eye contact with him. I didn't know I did it, not until he visited me in recovery. He said, "Thanks for the nickname," then told me what I said. I guess the entire surgical staff referred to him by my fiance's name for the duration of the surgery. So not only did I call this poor guy a woman's name that stuck with him for the duration of the surgery, I stated how much I loved him to boot. When I went back to the second surgery, guess who my anesthesiologist was? Regardless of my screw-ups, he's an awesome anesthesiologist and really good at his job. What a heartfelt story about you breaking up with your hoe of a girl tonight. You know she a hoe, that's right. You know she a hoe.
Oh, Jade posted her GIF.
You know she a hoe. You know she a hoe. Ho, 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 ho. Turn that into a sample that and give me a hot beat.
That's similar to a sound effect used in
Sound effect used in what?
I think it's Ellie Goulding.
Where's the damn GIF?
Again, I don't know.
It's not in general.
She said.
It's not in her personal thing to me. It better be some kind of like friggin', national treasure hunt for me looking for a GIF. Damn it. Come on. Oh, Jade. As we continue up this list, we arrive at what looks like some kind of, ferret stealing a wallet. He's all like, give me that. Give me that.
I'm gonna go buy all the food pellets I want now.
Give me that. Mad thing. Bitch. Give me that.
Oh! She had mentioned the twerking Thanos. So she wants that one.
You're just stealing each other's gifts now? Boys.
You just picked some good ones.
Sorry.
Why did you just look up GIF?
Because that's time consuming. I already found it. Jeez. Man. Me. Okay. Alright. Okay. That's probably good. Alright. Good for you guys. As we continue up this list, we arrive at whatever number 24 could be. Too many to count during my 15 years in the practice. That's some good shit. And then him falling asleep mid-sentence. I want to have your babies, a 55-year-old woman to my medical student. You're really going to shove that whole thing up my ass to the endoscopist right before the colonoscopy. Big or small, I love them all. A 90-year-old woman talking to nurses about men. Do I need to take my underwear off? A teenager about to go into labor. I'm not sure what happened or how that happened. Another pregnant teenager. I don't know, or I don't want you to be surprised by my tattoo. A conservative-looking Asian man with a Pinocchio tattoo around his penis. And thank you, Kid Blur. And thank you, Jade. I appreciate this. Well, thank you for the ice cream and the lemon, Kid Blur. I don't want you to be surprised by my tattoo in this Pinocchio, where of course the pee-pee is Pinocchio. Yo, Inside Gaming made a video called Anthem's Player Base is Gone. I don't enjoy any games fucking fire like Anthem's. I really want to watch that video when I'm done. Woo, Anthem sucks. Oh, Anthem sucks. Anthem sucks. Wait a minute. Anthem sucks. Anthem, come here. Sorry. Where did all the American doctors go? A guy covered with swastikas to a room filled with Asian doctors and nurses. Rude. Can you imagine he went down and somebody was like, let's cure him? I'm kidding. Did you hear the way I said let's? That's funny.
That's rude.
It's rude. That makes channel names like Retsupre racist then. That's racist then.
Yeah.
You know what's really racist? The word originated in Asia, and it's actually pronounced lacist. But you've been racist by pronouncing it that way this entire time.
No.
Yep. It was you guys all along. Number 23. Not an anesthesia. What? Fuck me. But the patient was heavily sedated in the ICU and the nurse gave an enema. Half-conscious response. Honey, you know I don't like it that way. Ugh. Come on. Number 22. When I was put under for my Achilles tendon surgery when I was 16, I asked the anesthesiologist how long he had to go to med school, and he responded with all day. What? Bruh. Number 21. Patient. When I was coming up from shoulder, you got it. From shoulder surgery on a petty substantial dose of fentanyl, my, petty? God, look. My wife told me that I looked at the head nurse and said, "Your boobs are spectacular. I want to see them." I have no memory of it. But apparently the wife was mortified, and the nurse thought it was hysterical. Also, she said it wasn't particularly unusual to get comments of that sort. It must have been fucking Dia in a nurse's outfit in there. With people having to somehow police their own thoughts when they're getting drugged. And they're just like, what the fuck? Number 20. Get out of here. You know what'd be really amusing is if you were some kind of like, what's the word? Anti-harassment in the workplace lady that has to go give talks.
I am anti-harassment. What are you on about?
No, but I mean, like, if it was your job to go give speeches or you know, kind of like training to people to not, you know, be inappropriate, and you just wore like these really low-cut tops and pencil skirts all the time, and you're all like, oh God, I'm so thick, and you're always shaking it like that, shaking it.
People could see you doing that.
Okay, number 20. I had my wisdom teeth.
Over here.
My wisdom teeth out and supposedly still bleeding a good amount on the way to the CVS to pick up some medication. My mom was driving and I was just staring out the window, collecting blood in my mouth. Eventually it reached a point where it was way too much at a red light. I rolled down the window and just let it all flow out of my mouth. I look up and this lady is looking at me with just pure horror on her face, and I proceeded, while still in some sort of haze from the drugs, to give her what I can only imagine was the bloodiest smile anyone has ever seen. She wasn't originally turning right, but she proceeded to make an immediate turn. I'm so glad I can remember this while still being high. Wait. Okay. Number 19, boy. I have a few. My first is a 17-year-old that had just gotten her appendix out. She seemed really stoic and introverted when I first interviewed her, but when I was dropping her in the recovery room, she went into a total bro mode. She kept saying everyone was fucking lit. She kept saying, let's party, bro, and responded to every question with, fuck yeah, dude. What the hell? But my favorite was a surgery on a lady who was in her 80s. She volunteered at the hospital and was a widow, and in the recovery room I started hooking her up to the ECG. This involves attaching some cables to stickers and putting them on her chest, and when I reached for them, she tried to pull her gown down and show me her breasts. I said, no, don't need to do that, and she said, this is so exciting, it's been a while since I've been with a man. The nurse just started laughing, and I got a little red. She then said, it's sure getting hot in here. Sorry, it's been a while. I had to leave after that. I was way too uncomfortable. What the fuck? Oh, jeez. So it's getting pretty hot in here. What the fuck?
That song starts playing in the background.
When the fire starts to burn, there's a lesson you must learn. Something, then you'll see. Take off your top. You're in your 80s. What the fuck? What the fuck? Topless 80s time. Hook up the ECG, Cyael. Oh, God, so exciting. Number 19. Okay. -1. Oh my God. Surgeon, not an anesthesiologist. I had a super sweet 30-year-old short woman who was going for a laparoscopic cholecystectomy. Right. A little overweight, smoked cigarettes, otherwise uncomplicated history. It's like 8 p.m. And on the table, the anesthesiologist gave her propofol. Nope, it just says propofol. Is that a real one? I feel like mine sounded realer than whatever this is. Propofol. How did I know? How did I know that you're writing drugs wrong, but you can write shit like, you know, laparoscopic cholecystectomy, because people are going to know what that is. Just say she was coming in for surgery, bitch. Act like you've talked to another person in your fucking life. Dr. DRE, my ass. You wanted Dr. Dre, but somebody had it. So you put a bunch of dashes in Dre because that's a good username. Idiot. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but I'm going to definitely forget your name and your entry after I read this shit. You know what I mean? When I biggity bounce up out this bitch. Anyway, on the table, the anesthesiologist gave her propofol, and she just didn't fall asleep. Kept looking around. Gave her some more. Eventually, she closed her eyes, and as the anesthesia was intubating, said something like, yeah, that was a lot. I'm a vet now. I've never put a horse to sleep before. And everybody chuckled. When she woke up at the end and was moving, I think the anesthesiologist said this. Yeah, that was a lot. I'm a vet now. I've never put a horse to sleep before. When she woke up at the end and was moving around a lot, no big deal, started rolling around and reaching and grabbing at her lines, nasal, urinary, catheter, the nurse, the face mask, me, the poor med student who didn't even want to do surgery, and I lean over to keep her in her place, and she starts trying to get out of bed. She was stronger than she looked. Again, a little annoying, but whatever, part of the process, 9:30 p.m. Now in recovery, and I sign out the patient to the nursing recovery team. The patient is calm and fine. I go to do computer stuff and get back to the other patients. I get a call from the recovery nurse at 10 p.m. The nurse is yelling for help, won't tell me what's wrong, just that I need to come to the bedside immediately, and I sprint to recovery thinking that the patient is bleeding or the heart has stopped, blood pressure tanking, etc. No, the patient is standing on the bed/stretcher, screaming tongues, thrashing her arms around like a blow-up car lot noodle arm man. No, we call those wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men. Thank you very much. All right? A car lot noodle man. This guy's starting to piss me off. It's like they're different species of people writing these stories. Anesthesiologist is trying to grab her swinging IV line, and I'm trying to, we get it, my dude. What's wrong with her? Okay? I grab her legs, lower her down, anesthesia, give her some IV, calm the fuck down it all. Ha 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 ha. She gets starry-eyed?
Starry.
The
I think that's what they meant to write.
Starry must be one R and starry must be two.
Again, that's what they meant.
My dude, there's a definition for this word? Not really. Not really. Starry would have two R's. A starry night, a starry sky. Bruh. I'm so sorry. You know, for a guy who screws up, reading as often as I do, to hold people to standards where they actually need to spell things properly. It's to keep me from going 1,000 times overboard as opposed to just 500%, Okay. I'm behind at work. This is your life story. So we're this deep into it. Oh my god, I'm behind on work and I'm trying to catch up, getting hit with ED consults. The intensive care unit is calling for help on a bleeding patient. Haven't had dinner, my senior in the operating room, so I have no help. The phone rings. The nurse says the lap-chole patient is asking if she can go outside to smoke a cigarette. Me, hell no. Is she even out of bed yet? The nurse says I just told her no, it's not safe. She told me to go fuck my goldfish. Can we give her some nicotine gum or something? Me, wow, yeah, I'll order it. Boo doo 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 doo. Honey, honey. Thank you, Romeo, for that diamond. You are my candy girl. The only time I've ever ordered stat, then called the pharmacy for hand delivery of frickin' gum, Nicorette gum. She was a complete sweetheart in the morning. I don't know which was real. Well, what a story. Just gonna download that. So we continue up to number 17. I broke my hand tumbling once and had to get surgery. He goes to put the mask on the face and says, "This is oxygen." I cough as the mask goes on. He pulls the mask away, and I said, do. Well, I didn't say sugar. That's not how that went. Thank you, Nussie Drill, for that diamond hot shit. I broke my hand tumbling once and had to get a certain... Now, that's the kind of donation that I could hear probably like 70 times because I just like Homer singing that crap. It's silly. Number 17, I broke my hand tumbling once and I had to get surgery. The guy goes to put the mask on and says, "This is oxygen." I cough as the mask is going on. He pulls the mask away and I said, "I trusted you, you lying fuck." And that was the last thing that I remember. Why would he lie? Why would he lie? Oh, why would he lie? Oh, why would he lie? Oh. Raphael Reed seems to come in every night and then say Jackbox TV. Understand this, Raphael reads. I read your comment every night, and I am less than impressed than this single request that you make in what's typically a very nice and warm stream chat, where it seems like you're in here demanding something. Certainly there are dozens of places online that you can go watch people play that, or, you know, even get into their chat and try to provoke them to play it themselves. The one comment that you leave here is less than charming to me. I'm gonna need it to stop. Good. Number 16. Not an anesthesiologist, but when I went in for my gallbladder surgery, the nurse was an old coworker, and I blurted out on the table, I knew you'd see me naked, before I was out. Okay. My God. What's Cody talking about? Nor did the person you singled out to you. Who's he talking about? Who's he talking about? Dia, you're a fucking scholar in the stream chat. Who is he talking about?
They're just complaining about mods right now. That's what he's doing.
Oh, Cody's complaining about mods? Still?
It's
Didn't he say he was gonna drop it with his bitch ass? That's probably why they haven't banned him, so he can embarrass himself. All you have to do is shut up or not talk about that. But instead, they're making him look like a fool because they know that he can't drop it, which is showing your age, dude. Your age is showing.
It's more than just him, though. Other people have come in and then just left, complaining about mods being too rude or just.
And how do we know that it's not just some asshole that's making a bunch of different accounts? Do you get what I'm saying?
Because it's like more than one person.
Yes, a lot of people can make, you know, what I mean is one singular person can make multiple accounts. This shit happens. It's honestly one of the hallmarks. We used to have this one guy named Mario Mystery Box, who was in no way trying to hide the fact that he was making sometimes dozens of accounts per stream, you know? But what I'm saying is, how small is that cock where you're in here just like embarrassing yourself? Oh no, Jesus says the stream sounds great with these AirPods. Are you... Yo, the cringe is like galactic. Jesus. Is this man for real? Is this man for real? Okay. I don't think this man's for real. He's blowing my mind. I'm gonna need to have a seat. I'm gonna need to have a seat. But who the hell else? Was it Alexis?
Yep. I can't remember the others. I think it was one or two other people that were also complaining, and they either got timed out or they just left.
What's weird is that my
complaining that the mods in here were being mean.
My chat ain't working right. You know what I mean?
And this Alexis person, all I did was remove her message. Tell her a rule. I didn't, time her out, ban her, or anything.
Was it caps?
Yes.
So look, here's the thing. There are rules here.
Yes.
And if you people don't understand them, that's fine. Nobody's timing you out.
Yeah.
Nobody's banning you. They're illustrating, the rules. They articulate that shit to you. It's called a warning. Maybe you've heard of those before. I know that a lot of y'all want to operate in a world where you could just do whatever the hell you want, even though there are laws or rules, and then receive no, oh, I didn't know it. You know what I mean? Can you imagine if ignorance of the law was a defense? Should I be able to go out and rape a bitch and then be like, I didn't know that I can't do that and get off? Like, shut the fuck up. What's wrong with you? And we if that is a dumb hoe, then it's a dumb hoe, Alexis, or whatever the hell your name is. You know what I mean? But if it's just homie who's upset about not being able to diss mods in the Discord, making another account, then calm the hell down. You get what I'm saying? But there are only 2 rules in this stream chat, and most people Most people can figure out not breaking them just by not being a spaz. Don't type in all caps. Simple, right? Don't promote your own channel or be like, follow me on Instagram and Twitter and come over to my YouTube channel and bullshit like that. Super simple shit. It's all you really got to do. And then another way to not draw attention to yourself is to not freak out when people remind you what the rules are. Because the fact that you are typing in all caps or maybe spamming is letting, people know, hey, maybe I'm 12 years old. Maybe I'm new here, so they feel the need to have to remind you. What?
It was someone else, Rocky, who both times used just too many fucking letters and one word.
And some of these people are children, and that's fine. Do you get what I'm saying? Nobody's telling people to leave. That's the bottom line. But you can't expect to not have people remind you of what the rules are. The reason they're doing that is because you're being stupid. Do you get what I'm saying? Everybody types in all caps occasionally. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But, when people go after the fact, hey, don't use caps. And you should just be like, all right. You know what I mean? Don't be like, what you mean don't use caps? I should be able to do whatever the hell I want to do, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. And now you're attacking mods over it. These are my rules. Why don't you attack me over it? Okay? These are the rules that I have set out. Because I don't want my chat to be a cesspool. I don't want it to be the type of shit that I'm seeing on everybody else's fuckboy stream. Maybe the fact that this thing moves slow enough that I can actually read it and people can actually interact with something is a little bit different than what you might experience other places. And if you want what you'd experience in other places, go buy some AirPods, browse Facebook until you find a stream that you find appealing, and get the fuck off my side of the internet. How about that? Do you get what I'm saying? It's so weird because the only people who are reminding what the rules are the mods that see somebody acting stupid enough to be like, okay, well, look, let me just hit y'all with that reminder so that the next time that you do it, you won't be surprised if we do time you out. These are the same people who are so stupid that they're like, why am I banned? As if you'd be able to write that if you were banned. Stupid. Just drop it, I am genuinely amused by the mods right now because they have allowed Cody Carlson to keep talking, knowing that this boy would just keep embarrassing himself. All you got to do is drop it. Act like you've met a woman in your entire life and that you know how to play it cool and not make a deal out of something. You know what I mean? Because this is funny. To whoever's reading your comments, it must be hilarious. Just drop it. Oh, the poor guy. It's all right, though. One day he'll get out of high school and maybe he'll learn to shut up long enough for people to actually like him. It's the key to things, Let people build you don't have to be interesting. Just let people build an idea of you being interesting in their head. And as long as you don't ruin that, then you're good. Okay. Number 14, in high school, I had a reconstructive surgery on my knee. I tore my ACL and my meniscus in a sports-related injury. After the surgery, I woke up in post-op, which was a fairly large room with probably 6 or 7 other patients. We were in beds waiting to become conscious again. I was lying there all groggy and confused when 2 nurses walk over pushing one of the carts with a computer on it. They stood over me and were typing into the computer when one of the nurses says to the other in a sort of frantic whisper, "We've got to plug this thing in or this one is going to die." Naturally semi-conscious, me thought that the thing was me, and I started to incoherently yell the nurses to plug whatever they needed in order to find an outlet to keep me alive. Hilarious. Turns out it was the battery on the laptop that was going to die. Apparently the death rate for an ACL repair is pretty low. That's classic. Lionfish says Cyael laying down the fucking law. Man, I'm not really laying anything down. I'm just reminding people that if they're so childish, because here's the thing, you're 12 years old, you're writing in all caps, or you're spamming, or you're promoting, or whatever the hell you're doing, and then, get this, the mods don't time you out, they don't immediately ban you, they just remove your message, and they say, hey bro, here are the rules. Don't be spamming and all capsing, okay? Now your 12-year-old ass can literally go, okay, my bad, and move the fuck on, right? But instead you're going, why are you deleting my message? What's wrong with what I'm doing? Why are you picking on me? The mods are so stupid. So then they time your stupid ass out, you fucking idiot. Shut up. You're 12 years old and you're calling attention to the fact that you're 12 years old by being 12 years old. You weren't really consequenced. You were brought to terms with what isn't acceptable in here, my dude. That's the comedy. So when you feel so entitled that you get to respond negatively to what is not a negative action, it's pretty much just like, you know, a polite, hey, this is what's up, you know? Yeah, nigga's crazy. So yeah, you're damn right. I don't have to appeal to any of that. You know, we don't have to pretend that you guys deserved some sort of treatment in here that's irrelevant. Come on, man. Y'all ain't here paying. You know, Raphael, I let his ass know one time. I'm sick of seeing that in the chat. That is by definition spam. He comes in here every night and he says the same thing over and over and over and over again, you know? And I get what he wants and there's nothing wrong with that. And he's voicing, you know, something that would be appealing or interesting to him. All I had to say is, hey, I don't want to see that. And I think he wrote okay. And that's it. That's it. We're done. You know what I mean? Shit. Raphael literally wrote okay. Can you imagine if he was like, bro, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. Leslie Ann says, Cyael, he is hurting my vibe. Well, maybe he's gone now. Maybe he's found a fleshlight and he'll show us one day on his, quote, day of reckoning. That's not cool, Cyael. That's not cool. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 13 balls. I had a patient start to joke before surgery and then finish when they woke up without prompting. Oh, he started a joke and then finished it when they woke up. Amusing. You don't even remember the joke. So somebody else goes, I can imagine him being like, what do you call a guy with a rubber toe? And then an hour later, he's like, Roberto. I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's go to jokes and find a better joke.
Good luck.
Good luck.
You've gone on there before and they've all sucked.
Well, they've all sucked because this whole site's like for Facebookers at this point. I can't go anywhere because the coolest parts of the internet have porn for all the ads. So even with blockers, it's not going to get them all. Oh boy. Okay, so here's the top rated thing on this page. It says a sperm donor, a carpenter, and Julius Caesar walk into a bar. You're already alienating a bunch of little kids who don't know who the fuck little Julius Caesar is. So they probably know somebody named Lil Julius Caesar who makes really shit music though. You know what I'm talking about? I would not be surprised. Let's read this one. How do you find Will Smith? Okay, thank you, Romeo, for that ice cream. Oof, indeed. How do you find Will Smith in the snow? Okay. Okay. How do you... You look for Fresh Prince. Boom, 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 boom. Hello? Is this thing on? Okay. Never mind. As we continue up the list, we arrive at number 11. When I was 9 and having jaw surgery, the surgeon was putting me under and said, say bye to your mommy. And apparently 9-year-old me thought that meant he was going to kill me. My mother says I gave her a look of absolute terror and then passed out. Oh, God. That's funny. Oh, God. This guy's delivery made this terribly funny, guys, so I'm just gonna read it in the stream chat. Oh god, this dude goes, that Roberto one is like that. What do you say to your sister to stubbed your toe? Mitosis. And then he says mitosis. I don't fucking know. My god. My god. Flawless joke execution, my man. Holy shit. Michael Davis says, I thought they were going to say look for the black guy. Well, that's the joke, you know. It's a little bit of misdirection. He is a black guy in white snow, you know. 2D impersonator says, don't you love it when people bring up age in an argument and expect that to prove their point? There's no point to prove other than, you know, children are annoying. Just like this comment is, you know. Just like your teenage ass is fucking wrecked. Jesus says, look at all the black people leaving. Look, bro, how could you see them with the theme that I've established here? I've tried to make this this streaming experience nice and not blinding on your eyes, you know, because Reddit could be scary, and I could give y'all a taste of that right now. Prepare for a taste. Do you even want to do that, Cyael? Are you sure? Are you sure you want to do that? I mean, why not, man? Yo, what the hell? Oh, y'all are wicked lucky. I forgot I was using, like, multiple things to make Reddit dark. Pretty funny. But what if I turned on the fucking lights? Oh my god. Oh my god. No. Holy shit. It was fucking with YouTube. Because I forget I have multiple things to keep the whole internet dark. Google included. Well, now that could get scary. How dare you say that, Dia? Why did Sir Honkler say I love Cyael? Ugh. This one kid can't stop making these accounts, man. This is killing me. As we continue up, we arrive at number 10. Let's breeze through these, man. I gotta get out of here, you know. When I was getting put out, I heard the cheesy jazz music in the operating room, and I said, of course Dr. R listens to this garbage. Dr. R immediately appeared next to me looking none too thrilled. Then I went under. Huh. Number 9. My wife is an anesthesiologist, and her best line from a patient was, "This is better than meth." That's not good. Someone says it reminds me of when I tried liquor for the first time with my parents as a teenager, and I accidentally told them that I liked vodka beer.
Better.
Or vodka better. Vodka beer. I'm sure it exists. Number 7. No, wait, I'm just reading Kyle's, no, that's what he said. I'm reading Dave's Not Here Man's comment. Cyael, I really enjoy your quickest ways to fuck their own lives videos. Do you think you'll do more of those in the near future? I could look, man. I mean...
Well, you'd have to go back.
And I'd have to really make it really, candy ass. Quickest ways things didn't go according to plan. Just didn't, go as peachy as people wanted them to be. Can't say screw up, can't say fuck up. YouTube, oh boy, YouTube is becoming some kind of like, we used to joke about it being a Christian site, man. No joke no more, man. YouTube is trying to be the new TV, you know. It's so funny because YouTube ain't making money, it's hemorrhaging money, and it has ways that it could make some shit happen, but instead they're going in the opposite direction, baby. Did y'all hear about Rotten Tomatoes? Can I explain what's going on with Rotten Tomatoes? Because Dia, you're asleep, you only wake up to jump in my stream chats. She's pretty, man. Whatever. Anyway,
What happened with him now?
Rotten Tomatoes is going to make it even more difficult for your average asshole to leave, criticism or, any kind of review on the movie, because they're going to be trying to enforce you to verify that you went to go see the movie or some shit like that. Plus, they're going to be burying all users' ratings behind, like, a couple of things for you to click through, right? So they're only going to be showing, like, the critic shit first. If you guys haven't been following Rotten Tomatoes too closely, recently, after Captain Marvel came out, they just purged a shitload of reviews, trying to make it seem as if they were all spam reviews, when it actually ended up coming out that a lot of the positive reviews were all spam reviews because they were exactly identical. Like, they were not trying to hide that, but it was amusing that they were deleting the negative ones. because apparently they were in the motherfucking pocket of Disney. We can love Endgame until the end of time. It's not going to change the fact that Rotten Tomatoes was a motherfucking shill site, thanks to some of the shit that was going down there. But now they're going to make it even more difficult. I mean, it's so funny because that's the point of your website, my dude. Wake up. This is the point of your site. Motherfucking gather. This is an aggregate review site. So gather people's reviews and then come up with a fucking rating based on the average of all of them. And you're fucking that up and making it so that people can't even submit their reviews, or that you're taking less reviews and shit like that. And I was watching Stupid Beard Man earlier talk about it, because I was watching a couple people talk about it. He was saying how, you know, with the pro-consumer aspect of any of this shit, you know, the negative reviews are so important. You know what I mean? Because they're dictating basically what we invest our time and our money on. And when you look at Amazon, he was saying Amazon treats these bad reviews like gold, because it's influencing purchases on the side of the consumer, and it's also showing who they should basically continue to back as far as people who are selling things. If somebody is selling a bunch of defective shit, you as a, you know, Amazon doesn't want to have anything to do with that. But if they are, you know, legit, then this is a reason to keep being involved with them. But bro, dude, just watching bitch ass Rotten Tomatoes lose the plot, you know, I'm sure it'll make them money for now, but over time, man, it's gonna go the way of MySpace, and it's pretty sad. Oh well. So let's continue up this list. But that's funny, man. Your site had one job, as we say, and it's fucking that up. Number 8. My dad works with that stuff. Funniest thing he's heard is, "Hey, Mr. Doctor, my ass itches and I'm too high to scratch." I wonder if he did it. I wonder if he ended up doing it. Number 7. Last year, they were knocking me out for a colonoscopy. It was the 3rd time that I had been put under in a year. As such, I had curiosity. I had heard that they knock you out. I had heard that when they knock you out, you are still awake for a while, you just don't remember anything. So in the spirit of science, I proposed a test with the anesthesiologist. When they started the medicine, I would begin counting backwards. When I would wake up, we would compare what I remembered to what she observed. Plunger down, 98, 99, 98, 97. I remembered nothing more. Minutes later, I awoke, and the anesthesiologist espied me and came over quickly. "What did you remember?" she asked. 97. She began laughing. "You got down to 7. What? What? Someone says I was having a broken wrist set, and the doctor told me to count down from 100. He told me after I got to 50, I stopped for about 5 minutes and then started up again and finished. Wow, man, this shit's scary. What is happening in this chat? Why they have to be so weird? Why they have to be so weird? How was everybody's day, though? You guys taking it easy? Are things making sense? I just want to know. I want you to feel free. I want you to feel alive. I want to take you on a party ride. I'll take you on a party ride. What song is that from? I think it's Do the Hustle. Looks like Stripes woke up. Oh no. Hell will feel the loss of their chief demon. Akeem Flo says, just got in. What's up, Cyael? I mean, what's down is more like it. You know what I'm talking about? What's crack-a-lacking with you? Akeem Flizzle. Flizzle. So let's knock out this list, man. Number 6, a nurse anesthetist here. When I was in school, I was getting ready to get a lady off. Off to sleep and going through my regular spiel. I had the mask on her face and I said, nice big breaths. Ooh, you know what she heard. As I pushed the propofol, right before she went out, she said, thanks, I just had them done. I looked at my preceptor, we looked at the circulator, and we all burst out laughing. I now say slow, deep breaths instead. I love telling that story. The lady made all of our days. And I'm sure I got a peek when she went under. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Dia. I'm kidding. Magic yarp. What the fuck? Wait, yep. Who said guy? What the fuck? Wow. She called me a kyarp, bro. Fuck. Why did you get yelled at, Blue? I'm sorry that they took out that stress on you, you know? It's like when guys deal with women and all they want them to do is take out their stress by exposing them big titties, but instead they just start yelling. And then they think to themselves, well, this is the exact opposite of what I wanted. Oh. Okay, I'm sorry. I did have that sound on deck, you know. As we continue up this list. Hey, it's a ferret. Ferret's trying to steal that wallet. Ferret's gonna.
The video's still going.
Ferret's gonna steal the wallet. He's like, give me that. It's like, all right, I need this. I gotta make some online purchases. Oh boy, I like how he walks when he's got it. Fox Wolf Tiger subscribes. So you want a fursona, huh? What's it gonna be? Oh, I got one right here. All of them. Thank you very much. No one's gonna be special like me. What the hell? What the hell? And here we are at number 1 on this list. I'm kidding. I wish. Number 5, kind of a reverse story. I'm going under to get my appendix removed and they begin doing the countdown as they inject a hefty dose of propofol and fentanyl to put me out. I count down to 1 and then ask, how now what? The surgeon looks at me and says, you're still awake? He says, you're still awake? Man, you're fat. You know that? And then I say, you're just saying that because you think I won't remember. And he says, exactly. And that's the last thing I remember. Oh. Oh no. 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 Number 4. My husband went under last year, and once he woke up, by appearances, he was as sober as a church mouse. What does that mean? Fucking white people phrases. Walking, asking serious questions of the doctor. Apparently no issues are all. That's genuinely a phrase I haven't heard before. I like to think that I'm whoa. I'm some kind of like idiom master, and I've never heard as quiet as a church, as sober as a church mouse. What? I bet you I could get to some dank parts of the internet typing that in as a query. What? Icky Gabby says, I miss when we had Diacam in the corner of the stream. I think the next thing that you need to do is literally just, I don't know. Well, this guy's just freaking out about the phrase back in 2012. It's not pulling up any results. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom bing bong ass line. Poor as a church mouse. No. Sober as a church mouse. Whisper? What is Whisper? Someone from Cooper County.
I think it's a site for you to anonymously put shit. Post shit.
Well, this is an idiom site. That's what I wanted. I consider myself some sort of idiom master for real. Quiet makes sense. But sober? Jade says, I think it's sober as a church mouse on Sunday. Why? Why would it be any more sober on Sunday than any other day of the week?
Because it's church day.
That's stupid. You know, the mouse doesn't observe church's, bullshit. And to be honest, because they serve communion wine at a church, you would imagine that it's...
Well, it's not when they're giving you the whole bottle to yourself.
Bruh, they have to store it there. The mouse will get into it.
But what if it goes to a church? A church for mouses?
Dave's not here, man, says Cyael. Do you often run out of ideas for lists? Ideas for lists? Do you think that I'm the one, posting these questions and that they blow up? You try getting anything to blow up on Reddit without paying for it, my dude. You're only going to be able to do that on dumbass subreddits run by fucking idiots or edgelord cumburgers. Go to the Donald and you'll front page immediately. Go to dank memes and post something that's not edgy or funny. Just post something that you found on a iFunny or Facebook page and they'll love that shit. They'll eat that shit up. Yeah, put Shaggy in it too. He's still relevant to niggas on dank memes. If you are a man, I'm not gonna go there, but I'll tell you this, okay? What I do, my formula on Reddit is I scan what's been submitted in the past couple of days, and when I find something that doesn't seem awful, this isn't even a list that that I was particularly interested in. It was just not as bad, and I always take you guys behind the veil there. So let me go ahead and push you to the top, so that I can show you the other things that I was looking through. What I usually do is I go through the things that were top recent in the recent week. And if there's nothing to choose from, I go back in time 3 or 4 years and find something interesting. So this is actually the most interesting thing within the last week is what's the funniest thing that people said under the gas. People were really tickled by that. Doctors of Reddit, what's your, thank God they came in for a second opinion. I actually read this if you guys were involved in that one. Chefs, what red flags should people look out for when they go out to eat? Now, this isn't probably going to be as entertaining a list as it could be. It would be informative, but would also be boring, And sometimes I approach too boring on these lists as it is, so I could never read that one. That's not something that I would judge list worthy. What you want when you're reading lists is to find something that will be very anecdotal or provoke people to put stories down. So this one says, tour guides. What's the worst thing that a tourist has ever done under your supervision? That's what I read. I read that recently. So what was a terrible thing that a person did on the tour? I read that one. Which propaganda effect was so successful that people still believe it today? This is interesting, and I'm certain it might be entertaining, but with a question like this isn't asking for stories. It's pretty quick responses. But this could be read, I just didn't choose to do it. So if we were to dive into it and I were to give you 3 of these, what propaganda effect was so successful that people still do it today? The top one says that teeth are supposed to be perfectly white. The second one says many Korean people believe that fans can cause death. Korean fan death. I don't know if you've heard of this. Genuine fans that you have on the roof of your, on the ceiling, like a ceiling fan. They believe that these fans will kill people if left on. And, it's because of a superstition that was, or propaganda, as the post would have you believe. Even my mother, who moved to America in her mid-30s, still prohibits me from leaving the fan on overnight for fear of death. There is a conspiracy theory that South Korean government spread as a myth to prevent energy overusage. So get that, They genuinely tricked a bunch of assholes into believing that if they didn't turn off their fans, that they would die in their sleep overnight. And because we're only recently slipping, thank you, Angelina Mullins, we're only recently slipping out of an era where the only thing that people believed was what was on TV or radio, and there's still people who believe that shit to this day, regardless of whatever facts or proof will be in their face. People out here not vaccinating their kids. Number 3 says, carrots make your vision better, which isn't necessarily true, you know, but it was believed. So you see how short those entries are? That really wouldn't make a good list, is my point. So I could do this all day, you know. What's a normal thing to do at 3 p.m. but a creepy thing to do at 3 a.m.? Waka waka, what a great entertaining list that would be. This is the bottom line, is that most days on Reddit, the things that float to the top of the page are just the height of stupidity. And you'd hate it. You'd hate it if I were to cover it as a list. And that's probably the separation between me and other channels, is that, you know, some robot can just read some of these entries out. And, you know, I guess that'll be 15 minutes of your time gone. And that's what maybe you wanted, was just a distraction in general. But some of these need to be, they need to not suck. Thank you, Romeo. Oof, indeed. Parents of Reddit, what's something that you think teenagers of Reddit need to hear? Oh man, you're giving the parents a platform to lecture the kids, you know? Let's read one of these. Learn to say no, kids. If a request makes you uncomfortable, you can say no, even if it's family or friends. You know, yeah, this definitely goes out to the non-confrontational bitches that are growing up these days, that are doing shit that they're not supposed to do, or they're not getting paid to do, because somebody's going, can't you please just do this? And you know, the funny part is, back in the day, it used to be peer pressure, you know? When I was coming up, we would do stupid shit because, like, it was the era of Jackass. You know, we wouldn't be looking for fame. We wouldn't be looking for, you know, money specifically. It was probably just a little bit of clout, a little bit of bragging rights to be like, yeah, I was the one who jumped that fucking, the roof of that 8-story building on that skateboard. I did that shit. Why not? Why not? Why not, dude? But nowadays, it's like an employer that's trying to get somebody to work a bunch of hours without pay. They're trying to get you to be an intern somewhere, and, oh, you're going to get experience, but you're really not going to get anywhere as far as your career is concerned. They're trying to get you to do free work. You're talented. Maybe you're a singer, you're a songwriter, you're capable of writing some interesting shit that could be adapted into plays, into movies, into TV shows. You know, you are talented, and people are, you know, using that talent, and they're not compensating you appropriately. And instead of people saying no because they believe that this is how they get forward, they are just choosing to. So yeah, it really does apply to this generation. Some people need to fucking recognize you have so many doors open to you right now because of the internet exclusively. Yes, it can be difficult to get exposure, but sometimes you got to know when to basically just do things in a way that's inevitably, like, over time going to get you some of the right attention, as opposed to seeking the wrong kind of attention right now. But that's the story of our lives, isn't it? You know, like sands in an hourglass. These are the days of our lives. There can't be a lot of these left, so I'm just going to read number 3. I had to go under ear surgery once. I thought it'd be funny if I asked, does anyone need anything while I'm out? Right before I went under. I remember it kicking in way quicker than I thought, so I had to take my chance while I still had it, and I yelled it, but I got a very confused look from everyone standing around me. It took a minute for me to realize I had... Thank you for that subscription. And no, it is not. I remember it kicking in way quicker than I thought it would, so I had to take my chance while I still had it. I yelled it, but I got a very confused look from everyone standing around me. It took me a minute to realize that I accidentally yelled it while I was waking up from surgery. Oops. Somebody said ping, 8,000 milliseconds. This is a gaming joke? For those of you who don't play games, number 3, playing a game with really high ping and bad lag. Sometimes I shoot at people and then I see the indentation of the bullets behind him, but somehow he took no damage. What kind of bullshit is this? Then he pulls the trigger and I die. I played a game called Destiny where I punched a guy in the face and then I shotgunned him, and then I shotgunned him again. And then it said that he died by the shotgun blast, but that he killed me before somehow? What the fuck? Fuck you, Destiny. Do you even know what netcode means? This is getting, like, off, you know, What's the point? As we go to number 2. When I got put under for colonoscopy, it's like 50 of this list. I didn't really feel asleep. I didn't really fall asleep during the countdown. I just looked at the nurse a bit confused and said, I don't notice anything. And she smiled and squeezed my wrist and said, just give it a moment. As soon as she said that, I started fading out, and according to her, the last thing I mumbled was, oh, that's fucked, you magic witch. Someone says this one is my favorite. Oh, that's fucked, you magic witch. Number 1 on the list of funny drugged comments. 2 of my favorites, both patients coming out of anesthesia. Am I in hell? I responded, no, you're not. You're just in recovery. That sounds like something the devil would say. Count backwards from 100 to prove it. Why couldn't the devil count backwards from 100? This one, is the one that stroked my unshaven arm while I was trying to keep him from pulling at his IV. He muttered, "You'd make such a great carpet." Oh. Huh.
I don't think I ever want to be touched and then that be what they say.
I would say that after stroking your shaved arm. I'd say you'd make a great carpet, you know? That's what matters. The Verve Bittersweet Symphony. Today is the first day that Ashcroft can get money from the song. What do you mean? Was he not allowed to get money from it before? Was he like fucked out of it? Oh my gosh. Someone says, does he get money from Vivo though? According to this article, yes. As long as the royalties, which conversely, as long as you own the royalties, which conversely is the reason why Rick Astley didn't make money. What's the story here? So wait, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards had a share of the royalties for Bittersweet Symphony. It was their scumbag manager who fucked them over and owned a lot of the royalties.
Yep.
Holy shit.
And if I remember correctly, he ended up dying by being ran over by a car.
Bittersweet, huh? Come on. Wow, that was really pitch accurate. My God, Cyael. How can you do it so well? Bittersweet symphony sky. Alright. What's this one say? Wow, that looks complicated. Oh, he's setting up a computer. Green cable go in green hole. Squarey cable go in squarey hole. Nice. Oh boy. So guys, that was that. I think you guys know what time it is. You know? It's time for the end of my bing bong. Wait, how the hell did we get... Oh. This is one of the wildest subreddits I've had the pleasure to be a part of.
What is that?
It's this subreddit where they just take Garfield. They take Garfield and make him look demonic.
Oh, okay. I quite enjoy that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's about the normiest explanation you'll get from me because... Wait, I texted my mom telling her I didn't know how to fold my burrito and she sent me this.
No.
I get the gist, Mom, but you really need to learn about centering the freaking camera on the point of interest. The hell is wrong with you people? You know? It's like once you hit a certain age, you just don't get it. I'm getting a great shot of whatever's on top of that fridge, though, ma'am. Ma'am, how can you reach that, ma'am? Don't be standing on shit in that kitchen, ma'am. There's too much shit on that fridge, ma'am. Look, y'all should see my fridge. Nothing on it. That's the way it needs to stay. We'll get a whole bunch of shitty Marvel magnets. Now we can't even like Marvel because it's so mainstream. Tell me what I should put on a fridge. What magnets should I put on a fridge? Damn it. Oh God. I don't want to do anything right now. This is a problem. In modern society, unproductivity is equated with worthlessness. Let me be useless and feel good about it. I'm not even going to finish this comic. Take that, society. Get Thanos dancing. Thanos is dancing in this comic. That makes it better. Doesn't it make it better? Okay, guys, what does anybody have to say? Rhea says this video is the best. Which video? Which video is the best? This one? Demon Fire says, I hear they are remaking The Wizard of Oz. Again? Didn't they just do one with, was it James Franco? He sucks. Why?
And it wasn't like...
Oh, she says the video is the best. The tortilla video has sound. Oh, God. Here we go. Here we go. There's no sound here. Damn, she must have got the Snapchat version. I don't want to hear that. What's the point? Listen, let's go to Public Froker.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the one with James Franco, it was like a prequel to The Wizard of Oz.
It's still shitty.
Yeah, no. Like, I'm not necessarily arguing, like, the quality of the movie, but it wasn't like a remake of the original movie, is what I'm saying.
What? He said what? I want to see this. Parents leave high school graduation early, and then the principal says, look who's leaving, all the black people.
Close those doors. Close the doors. Now. Close the doors. Now. Close the doors. You people are being so rude to not listen to this speech. It was my fault that we missed it in the program.
People walking out.
Look who's leaving, all the black people.
She said what? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Well, let's see how the school protects that. Somebody said, there goes her job. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Is the Grandmaster gonna give you a new job under his desk? What's the point? Wow. Well, I hope somebody is at home to cuddle her at night. Besides all that hate. It looks like 90% of the black people were black people. Weird. She ruined her own career. She was fired for this. She actually said the devil made her do it in her apology. The devil. Look who's leaving. All the black people. What? Wow. A Georgia principal was fired for her post. Oh boy. The incident marks the latest high-profile and racially charged shakeup in the education world. At a graduation, you old crotchety bitch. This day is not about you. This day is not about you. You're just a principal. You're just a principal. This is people's special day, dude. And if not for some of the people involved, then at least for their fucking parents. For some parents, like, their kids graduating is the day of their life. Because they got nothing going on, homie. You know? Or worse, they will have provided a way for their children to do something that they couldn't do. You know? So it's a monumental thing for some of them, right? And you got to jump up and make this about race because you're irrelevant. That's fucked. That is so funny. Oh no, dude. Somebody said, I love how they all just laugh. Because we know, of course, that's open mic night getting crazy. Hell no, boy. Yo, get off the stage. Boo. Okay. Woo! Ooh, boy, this is fucking crazy. Woman accuses man of mansplaining? What?
I love the mansplaining. I'm enjoying it.
You're loving what?
The mansplaining that's going on.
What do you
Well, just talking me through how by not answering the question, by repeating processes which are not related to the question that I've asked.
What's mansplaining, Senator?
Well, it's the slightly patronising and condescending way that you're responding to my questions.
Well, I would suggest, Senator, that if you're putting the word man in front of some description of what I'm doing, you're doing that which I'm sure you're very much against, is making a sexist implication about how I'm conducting my role as a man.
Well, then the easiest way to do it...
Is that what you're saying, Senator?
Well, what I'm saying is that the way you've been responding to me has been patronising and condescending, and I have responded to that. So the easiest way to deal with this is not to have that way in responding to the questions I've asked.
Imagine the reaction, Senator, if I said you were woman-splaining. You're saying that I'm mansplaining.
Well, it is a term that's used.
Is it by whom?
Well, it is a term that's used.
By rude
senators.
By senators
no.
who are seeking to make gender an issue.
No, I'm not.
Do you want to reconsider what you said, Senator?
No, I don't.
You don't want it?
No.
You don't want it?
No.
I mean, I just find it extraordinary, Senator. I just find it extraordinary.
Yeah, talk right into the Thanos.
You,
yeah, look at
or
Thanos.
any senator at this table would seek to invoke gender.
Speak right into the
impugning how a senator is responding.
Well, I'm surprised you haven't.
Let the
you
record
don't
show.
understand
Let the record show.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is you're lighting your own ass on fire, you ignorant old bitch. Is that he's saying, do you want to retract this comment? She's like, no. I'm fine being on record. Let the record show. You know, when you turn it into a gender thing, you know. Well, I mean, I don't identify as a man. That's what you should have said. I identify as this 3 chicken McNuggets.
He's the one that took it like you're bringing gender into this by the woman saying man-splaining. He's like, what about woman-splaining? It's like, okay, but the issue here isn't whatever gender is attached to that fucking word.
Oh my god.
It's the fact that you're not answering my question.
Reporter owns
out here because basically what is left is the people walking around with this glazed look in their eyes and just stumbling. Like this one behind me. Hi, yes. How are you doing?
California.
Oh, very nice to meet you. You know,
49ers.
You're gonna do an interview with us?
Sure.
Okay, because we were just talking about here along Bourbon Street and the STD rate that's been going on here. And so, how long have you had an STD?
I don't have an STD.
Oh, then why did you want to talk?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Are you serious?
Something to be ashamed of, don't you?
No, I don't have an STD. That's
okay, yes. Anyway, so I've been taking care of that in my own little way.
49ers.
So, you can see what I've been having to deal with out here. And so far, what we've been basically dealing with is that and the smell. I told you that, guys, that we did have the...
This don't seem real, though. She can't say that. Happy public freakout. Oh, surprising the daughter with the dog that she'd been caring for. We saw this. I guess I'll just run the video. For the ladies.
I've seen this.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my dog. That dog's freaking out. He's like, yeah. Yeah. Who that? I'm a dog. Dogs are crazy. He messed with the wrong theater major? What the fuck is a theater major? Manager? A theater major?
That's a thing.
Oh. You mean like he majors in theater. Yes. in school.
Yes.
What the fuck? So is this gonna be like very Naruto? Like it's gonna be super flamboyant?
Yep.
Like he's gesticulating madly so that people from the back of the theater can understand. Oh, that guy's really supposed to be angry. I understand by his body movement.
Ever.
Don't you ever.
Me again, I will end you.
I will end you. Ugh.
You struck first. Hit me behind. I didn't touch you.
Self-defense, bitch.
We'll have the police on your ass. Call 911 now.
That dude was like, call 911 now. The bird tries to fight a guy over his fries. Does this have dramatic music?
Better stay away.
Oh my god. He's a big man. Bro, he actually flinched. He got you to flinch.
Better stay away.
He's like, look how big I am.
Holy shit.
You also flinched.
I didn't know if he was gonna turn into a T-Rex. Shit. What if he was an Animorph this whole time? We'd be fucked. Okay, guys. Rhea says she's wanting it to end. You know, that's what Rhea wants. So we've been here a while, and I love it. I love it for Rhea. That Rhea love, girl. Like that. And then I guess we'll see you guys soon. You know, maybe I'll be back. Open up a bunch of stupid ass loot boxes in Overwatch.
That'll be fun.
Would it be fun?
Yes, because we'd all finally get that sweet.
I don't want to do that. There's nothing in Overwatch that appeals to anybody, and the only reason that makes me want to open it is because there's never gonna be.
It's not so much what's inside of the loot boxes; it's just them being open. That's what we want. And if there's something cool in one of them,
I think I should save it for when they make loot boxes illegal.
They essentially are trying to have that be a thing already.
I'll never forget when Rhea.
You have nothing to do here.
Rhea used to get in the bathtub and I'd be playing like GTA. God, I think that was Vice City. And I ran. Stripe says, open your loot right now. No. Okay? You people are crazy. I will make a loot box stream later. But I don't know, man. What's the point?
We want to see it.
Nah, y'all got loot boxes over here, okay? I'm not even gonna open the ones from all around the year. You know, I've got like one loot box for every event. Alright, that's enough. Guys, I'll see you soon. Love you. Stay out of trouble. And Demon Fire brings up an interesting point. I should finish playing Red Dead Redemption. There's no reason to not do that. No reason. Alright guys, talk to you soon. I'm gonna fuck some shit up. Bye.